Hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to Ostriv. It is February 1724, and the farm is finally being built. I've gone ahead a little bit in time just to finish some more homes and complete a few little decorations around the city, putting down benches and things like that. And I think it's going to be a really good year because I see that we're getting a lot of traders, and they're requesting a lot of sunflower. So that's definitely one thing that we're going to have to do. So thanks again, and welcome back, everybody, to Ostriv. It is good to see all of you supporting the series and the channel. So welcome, and thanks for asking for more, as it's been a lot of fun to play so far. We've got 39 people in town, a lot of people working on construction now at the farm, and things are starting to roll along. The start is pretty good. We've got a lot of buildings down, and a lot of... Look at this. This is the nicest part of the year, because you can actually see where buildings are going to go in the future. And our city's only going to get bigger as I continue to build some homes here, and possibly there, and maybe put some parks and things around. I've also put a large fence that goes through the forest all the way up to the shoreline, and we can actually have everybody come through the trading post now when they come back. So it'll kind of create a really neat little, well, I'm hoping a high traffic area that leads right into the city. Perhaps we can put a granary nearby as well, so all the shops and stalls can take from here, and that should be quite good. Quite cool to see. All right, let's watch the farm be built. I'm going to try to speed up time a little bit, and we can actually watch this thing do its construction. And I think the first month that we can plant things might be March, but I might be wrong about that. We got a lot of extra hands around the farm, or rather around the city, that can help on the farm, and then we'll be able to plant things like sunflowers. There we go, almost done. It's so cool to see everybody build stuff in this game. I love it. All right, the rest of the framework is going up, and then next should be the walls, and then the roof. Yep, there goes the rest of the clay. And then thatch, of course, for the ceiling. So that guy's doing a good job on construction. We've got full construction crews here, and pretty much every business working as quickly as they can. Not a lot of nails being produced. Hopefully we get some more of those going. But we have plenty of charcoal here for both of the workers here at the smithy to work on. Let's see what we got for metal parts. Nothing ordered. Not enough metal parts for repair. It's 41. Wait a minute. What are you trying to repair? That's not accurate. 41 should be more than enough parts for any cart, but maybe it means for total carts needing repair. Not sure. Well, it looks like one of them there. Yeah, 41. I think they only require... oh yeah, there you go. Reserve 38, but that's still less than 41. Well, regardless, hopefully we continue to make more, but nails have to be first so we can get the farm done. Alright, nearing completion now at the farm. Looks like the main building there is almost done. And then there we go. There's all the roof pieces and more construction crew coming over to join. And then we can start laying out these fields. Excellent timing. And this is, I believe, our spring of the second year. So we've done a good job of getting a lot of these homes completed. I haven't seen any more glitches with carts or anything, but I've been saving like crazy. All right, let's go ahead and slow down time now and lay out some of our fields. So now we know through trial and error that the best thing I think we can do is possibly like 4 fields. I think that might be the best for us. And so we'll try to get started with 4 and try to build them close to the farm, but also... far enough away so we can maximize the amount of space that we want to use. So let's try to put it right here, maybe. I actually want to... You know what? Let's do this. A good thing to do is we can square up the fence line to the bottom of the UI on the map. And then I can just let this sit here. And then I can pull it back and drag it across like that. I just don't want to be too far away. There we go, something like that should do. It's not as long as I wanted. I want a more square field. Let's go a little further. Square up for the UI, bring it back. So building farm fields very important for things like, obviously, sunflower, potato, super important, as they're very good crops to last year-round, and for cash crops, too. Ah, that's much better. Perfect. So let's try to make this as long as possible. And I think we might be a little too... Oh, yeah, we can build all the way to the fence. Excellent. So let's try to connect there. Alright, well, that's about as square and big as I think I'm going to get it. So we'll start with, not wheat next year, but let's go with potatoes, because we won't need to do any sort of preparation for the field. Wheat meaning that we wouldn't have to turn the wheat to flour. Through a windmill, so that'll be a good crop for the beginning of the next year. Alright, let's do another field. Do another big O field here. Now that we've got that first one done, this makes it a lot easier, doesn't it? little too long. The edge of this field will have to be more square. Still too long. Much better. There we go. I think a little smaller than the other field, but you can't be perfect in Ostriv. And we'll go with sunflower for the first year. Excellent. There, that's going to bring in a lot of the money. Okay, so our people mostly can handle up to 4 farm fields, from what I understand. So we'll try to keep everything close together. And hopefully once we get plows and things from obtaining cattle, that'll allow us to have more nutrient-rich soil. There we go, another field there. Nothing's perfect in Ostriv, so off a little bit, but I like how it looks. Let's go for buckwheat this year. That's another thing our people can produce without having to mill. You know what, actually we can put a cow shed and such next to the farm too, so that'll look good. Alright, let's add another field. I think we could build one right over here. There we go. A little tricky building these farm fields for the glorious city of Raptoria. Place is occupied. It is not, sir. But I see what you mean. They mean the little entrance to the area needs to be clear. There we go. And we'll build a field that kind of goes all the way to the edge of the forest. There we go. Okay, well, something a little smaller there. I think that's probably about maybe a 1/4 too small, but that's still okay. And another year of, let's go with more sunflower to try to get out of our debt right now. Okay, so that should be enough for the next year. We'll make sure we have a manager, and we'll rotate crops next year. We'll worry about that later. So let's go ahead and put everyone onto those fields. We're already selling crops, so we've got in storage iron, potato, buckwheat, and honey. A few things that I bought just to keep our food variety up, and that'll lure some more people over to town. We're building some more village homes now, so that way we can get some more workers for the next year, and that'll allow us to bring in more fish for when this fishing dock is complete, and when the farm is ready to go too. So we'll have a lot more helping hands for the carpentry buildings, smithies, etc., when the workforce shifts around. Right now we have no one working at the dock, so we better get started at that. And we'll hire everybody and get back to work there. Perfect. All right, so we're not too far into debt. It'll continue to increase until we have our town hall situated and more rent is coming in. I like how the farm looks. I do like how the farms never look perfect and they kind of just roll with the land. Eventually we'll probably build another farm, maybe next to this one, and a cow shed, so that we can build additional farm fields on this side and then kind of have cows and things right in the middle, so that way all of our structures can be in the middle and then all the fields can be around it. And then as for windmills, we could probably put one maybe over here. Kind of a, looks almost like a higher land over here, actually. Yeah, it looks like that might be slightly higher, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so now we've got another family moving into town. We should see them coming over very soon. And it looks like everyone's starting to work on the fields. Excellent. So we won't be able to do any sort of plowing or anything until we've got an additional cow shed with cattle going. So I'll add on to the farm later. But I got ideas. Farm here, cow shed, extra hay barracks, that kind of thing. That'd be a good idea for us. And I could probably put some of that stuff further away since it's not as important. It's not as labor intensive, I should say. Alright, that's the entrance to the city. So anybody who comes into town is going to have to, like, come up here. I think our trader actually comes in through the forest, which is kind of weird. So we'll have to, like, leave some space so that way the trader can make his way here. But luckily, he only has to go to the middle of the city. Or rather, the entrance of the city. And, of course, you saw how many buildings were going to go down over there. Really excited to see how quickly the town grows. We've got another home going down there. So we've got 5 additional homes on this side, almost the 6th additional home. And last time our population in Raptoria, I think, got around 200. And I want to definitely boost it this time and do a little bit more. I liked our city last time for being picturesque, but this one's going to try to be both beautiful and also more economically productive, as we've got a lot more stuff to trade. And there goes our farm fields. Perfect. Sunflowers are going to really give us a lot of money for the first year. Probably won't give us everything we need, but we will be able to trade it as soon as possible. I bet you right before the harvest, the trader will come, and that'll be the last one for sunflower seeds. That's the only problem with this game, is that when you need to get some money quick, it takes a very long time for the right thing that you need to come into town. So if you're waiting on, like, somebody to trade you... Oh, darn it, the game crashed. That stinks. Alright, well, anyway, we'll just have to speed up time. I think it crashed whenever they told me that a house was completed. Apparently this house got complete, and then it crashed. We'll have to be very careful. It might be because I had something open that the game didn't like. I noticed this game gets a little unstable sometimes. Alright, while that home is nearing completion, I'm just going to finish some decorations. Or, well, it's not nearing completion, but they're almost starting construction on it. There we go, a couple of trees are down there. Okay, the construction crew should be over as soon as all the supplies are delivered. And we'll be getting rid of the center of the camp center as soon as town hall is up. Fishing docks are fully rocking. Look at that, 4.4 fish, excellent. And we've got food stalls here that are selling all the food that's needed. And we've got all that variety. It's very nice. I can't wait until we can actually sell honey, things like that. That's going to be tremendously awesome. Another cool thing you can do in the game is if you have a lot of extra spending cash, you can just buy from neighboring towns some things that you don't have, and then sell them later at a higher price, like things that you might not need. You know, for example, if your people don't really need sallow or anything like that, and you know that the neighbors are going to buy a lot of them, you can do that, and it'll bring in a lot of cash. You know, buy low, sell high, that type of thing. All right, looks like a lot of people are using these benches. I also added a lot more benches to the areas here. You can see some benches there. And in the back there, you can see people are taking a lot of good breaks, so they don't have to go to town just to sit down. I feel like I should add a few more. I don't know, I'm a little happy with the benches, I guess. But it's not like that area is going to get any bigger. Okay, so, yep, looks like all the harvesting, or rather planting, is going on. So growing is now taking place. Ripeness and harvesting will be around August, and then that's when everything begins. So it'll be really good. How are we doing on fish? 5.2, excellent. And do we have salt? I did not have the opportunity to buy salt yet. That's okay. I kind of do like the idea of going into debt and then climbing back out, and just that's when you know you really succeeded in this game. And if you're holding on to money, it's like, why? Because, you know, all you do with the... Oh, my God. Oh, wow. Did you see them carrying all those docks out to the water? If you're holding on to money, you're probably lacking some sort of material that you could be buying. There's always something extra you can give to the people of town, and they will pay for it at the markets. So if you import a lot of, let's say, beef, and your people really are happy with everything else, if you import the beef, they'll still pay a high price for it, so you'll probably get your money back. Guaranteed. All right, let's go ahead and make sure we've got somebody working at the boat yard. All right, I better order some boats before I order people to get to fishing. There we go. All right, so that'll give us a secondary dock, and that'll allow us to have more fish in storage. And we'll need a granary around here somewhere, so that way we can have our marketplaces supplied nearby. Let's build ourselves a granary nearby. I think we're building a, we're building some homes here. But we have a cart parking right there, so let's build this just across the street. Kind of on the corner there, I can see where it's going to go. Boom. That's going to be a pretty important building. That'll allow us to bring all the potatoes and flour and everything into town, and then of course the marketplace just have to walk down in order to get it. Our markets for the first time are really centralized. And they're going to be built next to the town hall, which is the next thing on the construction list. So now we can finally start recouping some of our money by charging rent and adjusting prices for other things. They demand chicken, eggs, and leather, iron, cows, and pigs. Nothing we can do there. Sunflower is going to be a big year. Good. 2 fields of sunflower, buckwheat. Buckwheat, potatoes, and fish will give us the 3 crop types that our people demand for the year. Alright, let's get ready to build another farm then. I would like to do that now. Pigsties. I'm probably going to end up building pigsties and chicken coops over there, just to keep them separated. There we go. Alright, now we'll be able to build more fields as soon as that's ready. And these are some pretty hefty fields, I must say. I think I could probably build another one to make up for the one that's smaller. And if we have a full working crew on this farm, then we'll be able to gather products no problem. Wonder if we could relocate these carts. A couple of them need repair. Oh, I also told them no more metal parts because I was so focused on nails. Yeah. Go ahead and make as many as you need now, folks. There you go. That's interesting. The carpentry building, it just doesn't have a worker. That's the problem. That's why I wanted additional homes to get that workforce going. So it looks like we've got somebody at the boatyard. Don't need anybody at the trading post. Oh yeah, looks like we have a kind of a shortage of people. That's always a thing until a couple of years in. You got to kind of modify your workforce. Yep, we got boats coming in, so we can get somebody working there. Okay. Oh, and nails are needed at the... oh, that's where all the nails are going. Town Hall does require quite a bit. And also the farms, too. They require quite a bit of nails. And it looks like 3 boxes have already been delivered. So hopefully they can continue construction. Well, there's a shortage. They don't have enough to complete the job, but they certainly have enough to get started. No need to sit around, boys. Let's watch Town Hall go up. It's going to look really cool. Nice central area. This town is much more, I would say, designed ahead of time than our previous town. Last time it was just like, oh, we need this, let's put it here. Oh, we need that, let's put it there. But this, I kind of tried to think out what we were going to do ahead of time. And I have no idea how those joists are hovering like that. There we go. Now they have a support beam. There we go. And the town hall is completed. Very good. Just a little bit of thatch to... Or wait, no. I think this actually has a wooden roof. There you go. And it's done. Yay! Very cool. Alright, so now we got some wonderful trees in the front and our marketplace. So everyone can come into market and at town hall too. That way if somebody didn't pay their rent, we can, you know... from the window of the town hall. That kind of thing. Okay, let's go ahead and increase the rent a little bit. And market prices, just to kind of stave off any sort of debt for a little while. We'll reduce wages a little bit too. Good. Okay, so now nails need to be completed. Oh yes, we're building our warehouse over here now, which is great because this will allow us to store extra charcoal. So every time charcoal is done, it can be brought into there and then they can get another batch ready. Currently, the only building that uses charcoal, I believe, is the smithy. And I don't think the tannery requires it at all to boil. Maybe it does. They might need it, but I know for sure the smithy is one of the only buildings to require it. Oh, a lot of nails going in there too. All right, boys, get to it now. Make those nails. And we're repairing carts too. Good job. The smithy's really working hard, so good job on them. They can't keep up with the construction going on in town. And that's why I ordered all that iron, because after all this construction is done, we're only going to end up needing more. The symbols over these homes are lack of food variety, so people want another crop. You need 3 crop types to get that to disappear, at least to keep people a little bit more healthy. So right now we're providing fish, and we're providing potato. But we should have other things. Actually, that should not be a problem. There should be honey, buckwheat, fish. Let's hire another person then. Oh, flour. Yeah, we don't have that yet either. Let's sell buckwheat, honey, and I think we can sell... Well, let's also sell firewood too. That's going to be an important thing. That might help a little bit to get some of that variety going. Alright, I don't know what the rule of thumb is on market stalls too, by the way. I know a market stall can support a certain number of homes, but I don't know how many. And it looks like we've got a village house here out of supply. The workers here should be able to, yeah, they should be able to run into... There we go. She has a big pot of potatoes. There we go. So she should be able to go and grab everything needed. So if she needs, for example, buckwheat or something like that, should be okay. If we need to add more market stalls, I can add them there, or possibly up here. We could make another town hall. But in the meantime, more homes coming in. Everybody should have the amount of food needed. I hope so. Looks like our people are just not... Our workers are not finding... Yeah, fish. 8.5 sitting there. Families are moving out due to a lack of supply chain, so we'll figure that out. They're offering flour. Lime and pigs. I'm going to buy a little bit of salt for dried fish. And also a little bit of flour. So that way we can sell some random things in the marketplace. So the problem now is lack of supply chain. And I think that might be because the workers here can't directly pick up from the... see, she is selling fish, but I guess the supply needs to be closer. So we need something like the Granary to be a little more higher on the list. So let's go ahead and make that our new top priority. And that'll require wood and nails more than anything. It's just like the warehouse, where now we can request charcoal to be there and one person working there. Let's go ahead and request 20 charcoal to be... No, let's do 50. 50 charcoal to be held there at all times, as well as 50 nails, which apparently we don't have the ability to store at the moment. 50 nail or 50 metal parts, and nail can come up later. Oh, iron too. Let's store that and get that out of there. So that way they don't have to walk as far. So you can see that woman now bringing things back as needed. So that'll clear out this charcoal pile and will allow us to make more charcoal, which should allow us to be more productive there. And hopefully we'll create nails. No city that I've built is built without some sort of growing pains, and I kind of like it that way, because there's always a problem to solve. If it were just a unlimited money city builder that was easy, the game would be too easy, and it would just basically be a city designer, really. It would be like building on unlimited funds. So just like with Banish, there's always a little bit of trouble. Some people moving out just to supply chain problems. So like you can see here, 9.3 fish sitting there, and let's go ahead and get rid of a couple people there and hire them back over this side. There we go. So yeah, there's plenty of food in town. It's all about just figuring out the supply chain, which will be helped with the granary that can go out and grab those things. Unfortunately, the market stall can only go one at a time, so by the time she leaves and comes back with, let's say, the 50 potato that she needs... Oh, right, there's nobody to unload the trade wagon. We gotta get started on that right away. So I bought a few things that needs to be offloaded. So let's go ahead and cancel all the fishing for now. We gotta get our hands on something else. Oh, good. Look at that. The little camp center disappeared now that we have the people working over here. Okay, good. So we have... we have our salt there. He must have delivered the remaining buckwheat or whatever I may have ordered. Oh, flour. It was. So flour and salt should be offloaded. Or it was already taken, possibly. I think we're already selling that in town. Could have also been brought to the fishing docks. So we'll see that soon. Or they may have not offloaded it. If there's not enough people, they won't offload, which means no charge, which is okay. You only get charged for when they offload it off the wagon. So that's only needed in the wintertime. Okay, more nails are needed over at the granary, so hopefully that's completed soon. We got 30 nails there. Oh, and it looks like they're delivering it now. Somebody should be coming over with a wagon, which is exactly why I put those wagons there. So that way things like charcoal can be easily brought over there. They do need a wagon to deliver charcoal, and also any sort of nails need to be delivered that way too. Alright, well, despite us losing a few people, people are already settling back into town. Supply chains are fixed, and the variety of food is looking good. So little quirks that I'll have to... perfect sometime in the future. Oh, good. People are moving in like crazy. Excellent. Glad to have everybody here. And it is harvest season. All right, the potato harvest is going on. Very good. And that'll allow us to hire people at the granary to bring that all over here. So that should be the end of those problems. So I'm starting to learn, you know, like build a few homes, then build the market stalls, then build the granary, make sure things are closer. But I had to build much more spread out because our city, I knew, was going to be rather large. We already have room for maybe 6 more homes over here, and we are already building up to here where we can build an additional maybe 3 to 5. All right, well, it's good to see all the extra people working on that. Let's prioritize gathering there. Make sure you guys bring all that stuff in. Lots of potatoes. And a lot of big O harvest season now. Good, and she's working like crazy. Good. Builders too. Good. Let's go ahead and get rid of the thatch makers for now. That's okay. We'll get them onto something else. They'll come over here to the farm then. And it looks like sunflower seeds are being harvested too. The black seeds are being put into those pails, and then the potatoes are being brought in too. And then we just have our other sunflower seed, and buckwheat too needs to be harvested. And we need to harvest it, I think, until once it gets to late November, then we're in trouble. But I think the harvest will be completed. And same with the granary, looking good. Looks like most of the material has been delivered, and another box of nails coming over as soon as they can. We're building as fast as we can. Can't keep up with the nail production. I'm so glad that we got extra iron, because it would have been... with the amount of nails that we're pumping out, it would have been bad times. Look at, there goes another box of nails. That's crazy. A giant crate going out there again. And we're building another home. Oh, man. I'm glad we have these carts here, too. It's a good spot to leave that in the middle, so that way if somebody needs to go from any area, they can just walk halfway. All right, what do you guys want? Oh, demands metal parts. That is the first time I think I've seen that in this game. That is awesome. I don't think we have metal parts to spare, sir, unfortunately. But that could help with our getting out of debt. Right now we have 42 metal parts. We can definitely make more of those. So let's go ahead and export. Let's try to get as many of those together as we can. How do we do that? Export stock. Oh, I think we need it to be in here first. Take from other warehouses. Let's see if she can actually gather from there if they're not using it. I think if it's in store here, it's already reserved. So that means 38 metal parts are already reserved to be repairing other boats and carts. So, interesting. Kind of cool. The beginnings are always a nail biter too. You never, every year you feel like, oh my god, am I gonna have enough money? Am I gonna have enough? Yes, yes, of course. Our neighbors are certainly friendly. They'll allow us to go into a little bit of debt with them in order to be repaid. And in the last city, I had felt like I wanted to restart just to make a nicer design. So that's what we're here to do today, is to lay everything out, which is already good to go, and then now focus on the economic powerhouse, like I mentioned earlier, which is why we're starting with sunflower seeds. Yes, the Raptorians are gathering all the sunflower seeds. Excellent. Very good. Make sure we get those ready for exports, boys. Actually, there's really... I don't even think they count as a food. Unfortunately, I don't think people can even eat them. So let's go ahead and just store 100 over here. And we'll have a couple of the guys hop over there and go pick those up. And so they should pick up all that. Sunflower oil sells for a much higher price. But we'll make that another time. Oh, and we can see a pathway coming from the... somehow they're getting out... Oh, there's a little door right there. Oh, I built one over here, but it looks like there's a little gap in the fence that they're coming through to the backside. Must have left that as well for the forest. I think there was actually a downed tree blocking that. So let's finish that up. Boom, take that. Now, stay on the main road. Cool. Alright, and there goes the granary. That should solve any sort of future food problems. Then we can get all those fish offloaded. And we got everybody working on building and stuff. So that's good. We got multiple people working over there. Okay, good. Alright, we stopped fishing for a while, which is fine. That'll allow us to focus solely on the farming and the harvest. Everyone can come over here. That's way more important. Starting to get a little nervous now. It's mid-October, and we have not started on field number 2 for the sunflower seeds. We'll have to pick our next year harvest, too. Nutrients look pretty good, so let's go with another year of... potato. That'll probably be our last year of potato. And then we'll have to have a chill year. Let's see, that'll require a lot of hemp. That could be a thing we could sell. Because potatoes don't seem to take any blue, so we'll go hemp next. There's certainly a way to optimize these fields, absolutely. We'll go for... we need another crop. Let's go with buckwheat next year. And we'll go with sunflower here the next year. Sunflowers take like all the nutrients. And then we'll go with another year of potato here. We'll probably end up with no nutrients, but we're a little more desperate than usual. And then we'll go with fallow the next year in order to get those fields nutrients again. Oh, like all the buildings, they're all very unique. Some people were saying they're not very unique at all, but actually, one, I don't think they really had many home designs. You know, we're not talking about the 90s or the 80s or the 2000s. I mean... What more do you want? A door and 4 walls? I mean, that's all you're going to really get. But it's cool. The chimneys are in different positions. The windows and sides of the walls look all different. You can see this house here has like the wood on the left side. And then there's houses that have them on the right side sometimes, like over here. So it's really cool. And when you zoom in, the city just looks beautiful. I want, if the developer's watching, please put in a mode where we can go into first person and walk around our town. Just like how in Anno 1800 that was kind of a secret, but really it should have been well known because it was just absolutely epic. Well, it looks like we have some more salt here. I'm going to buy just a little bit of that. And metal parts were good on that type of thing. Okay. Alright, looks like the harvest did pretty much get completed. It is mid-November. See a few more people. Oh, you know what I should have done is put a couple of benches around the farm. There we go. And we can add some trees and such, but I'm going to save a lot of this space for hay barracks in the future and other things that we might need for the cattle, which we'll have here very soon. And by that, I mean, you know, it'll be a few episodes, but regardless, the town is starting to grow, and same with the population. We went from, like, what, 16 to 23, whatever the number was, to 52, so we've almost over doubled the city. Nice. Very nice. It's good to see everything functioning. Oh, good. And all they have to do now is bring all the sunflower seeds in. So that was a very good year. Very good harvest. Okay, let's take a look back at the fisheries. 7.5. Yep, we need those to be brought in. All right, let's get somebody working over here. If you could go ahead and grab the fish. Let's do 50. So we'll put a couple people there. It's going to be a big year. Go ahead and grab the fish, the potatoes, the flour. So that way the people at the market stalls don't have to walk so far. Flour, 50. Let's see. I think we had honey available. Let's grab those. Apparently, sunflower seeds can be sold. Looks like it is a thing on the list, though I don't know if they can be consumed as a food or if it's just for them to make their own cooking oil. That I'm not sure of. But here's winter. Okay, so we got buckwheat, flour. Did I miss anything? Buckwheat. Oh, honey. Nope, we got that. I'm going to grab some salt, though. I'm going to grab a small amount of salt. Maybe 10. That should be our entire supply, but it should add to the market sales. I don't want to sell direct wheat to our... Oh, no, no, no. Ugh, another darn crash. I think it's really me having a menu open or something when a house completes and we're on top speed. So that's going to be something to watch out for. Let's get the rest of these things finished up. Potato, buckwheat, fish. I think I had some salt in here. I'm going to go ahead and leave this alone until that house is complete. I don't want it going down on me again. Luckily, there's a good autosave, so that's there. So, yes, the harvest pretty much complete. They just need to bring a few buckets in, and then we're good for the winter. Okay, the house is looking... Alright, I'm going to keep an eye on the house while we try to do the granary again. So that's 50, 50... Alright, house is going up. Come on. Don't you create a problem. There's the thatch. Good, okay. Whew, made it past that one. Alright, winter time, so we can't do any fishing. So construction is the best thing that we can do. So we got a few people there to worry about harvests and such. Oh yes, I need you guys to continuously gather from over here. Oh good, look at that. We got 16 in storage. So they can certainly bring over, what are we at now, 18? So we've got more than like, maybe around, well, 30 plus if I don't eat any. Might be a good idea to eat some, actually. I don't know. Might be a cool thing to sell. Okay, so it looks like the home is, another home is going up. Very good. I'm really proud of this town. It's really looking good, and yeah, and the farm is there. We're going to have to build another one of those. What's the next things on the list? We got a well that's going to be built. We have a well over here that everyone's going to outside of town. But I also have one planned over there. And we might need to build another one over here somewhere. Just so that way people don't have to walk as far for basic needs. So let's put a couple of those down. We'll put one up here. And we'll put another one over here. There we go. And that way they don't have to walk as far. I feel like we need one over here somewhere. I guess we could tuck it in behind the granary. There we go. Okay, so let's see. I wonder what the platform is for, by the way. It seems like it says basic source of water, so can people just come... I guess we don't need the wells. We can also build little docks. So that kind of would look nice. Let's build a couple of those just to make everything look nice in the town. So it seems like people can come right out to the river, so they don't necessarily need wells, but that'll be cool. We'll have multiple sources of water. It's never been a problem before. I think I made it with just a few wells, and it was all fine. The only thing that really needs wells near them is farms for the cattle and the animals, so we might want to build one over here. And then also maybe one over here eventually for the industry, because I think the tannery requires water. And we'll probably end up building the tannery just over here, I think, or just down here. We'll find a spot to squeeze it in. Slaughterhouse, that type of thing will go nearby. Very good. Alright, come on, game. Be stable, please. It's going so good. Okay, we have an oil workshop that we can put down. That might be a good thing to put near the farm itself so they don't have to walk as far. Maybe we can put that just outside. Let's try this. Oh, the entrance is there. Okay. So we'll try to squeeze it in over here for the future. Excellent. And then we can basically take all that stuff. There we go. So we can take all that stuff from the farms nearby and then immediately trade it, because that's what I'm going to use for my main source of income. Look at all the stuff I'm building, all the big plans. You can tell we've definitely planned stuff out a little bit better with this city for sure. Big plans, big plans. Oh, also I made a little fence around the burial area over here too, and I thought it'd be nice to be able to see the lake from here. Very just peaceful, out of the way area. I don't think I'm ever going to build anything there. If I built homes or something, imagine how far you'd have to walk through the damn forest like you were Hansel and Gretel or something in order to go buy bread. It would never work. Okay, another home being built. It's kind of cool too. In the summer, people will wear completely different clothing. So in the winter, you can see everyone's wearing wool hats and much more heavier cloth. But in the spring and summer, they will wear much more warm clothing. You'll see them in almost like t-shirts and stuff. Okay. Well, the industrial area I'm very proud of. We can eventually build a field here. We can plant our own field. I'll wait a little bit more. A little too early to build that. And the farm is pretty much good to go for next year. Wow, look at that. There's 25 potatoes sitting there. Are you people coming over and grabbing that stuff? Come on over. Grab all those potatoes and stuff. Grab that fish. And take from other places. Bring it all here. We want that to be our central area. So that way the stalls don't have to walk as far. Alright, February 1725. We'll see the great thaw happen very soon. Looks like the warm sun on this side of the river is actually warming the roofs of the homes here. I don't know if that's actually an intended effect, but you can see all the snow on one side of the roof. Not melted at all, but on this side, some of the roofs are actually melted a little bit. Like there. Kind of cool. Oh, looks like another messenger here. Ah, look at that sunflower. Exactly. Exactly what I was waiting for. Alright, boys, sell it off. 20, I don't know how many we can sell. 40, 60, I think, I don't know, 80? I have no idea how much we have. It costs me nothing to call in more. Let's just make sure we got more workers to bring that stuff over. Alright, boys, grab all that stuff. Looks like in total we have 36 to sell, so I only need to descend to. I got excited. What can I say? I'm excited to make money. So each time we sell those, that's what, 2 hundo? How much was that? What's the price of a full sale? So it's 200 per 10. So we can sell 200. So we're going to get back at least like like $250. So good. We're starting to climb right out of that debt. And then we can make a farm specifically for sunflowers. Like, it's a good idea to do one just for cash crop, because it's just going to be something you're going to constantly want to do. Both hemp and then sunflower and then a year of fallow. You're always going to have a year to replenish some of the fields. Crop rotation, very important. Alright, money woes are returning to the city. But our money problems will be solved as soon as that wonderful delivery gets here. And look at all the stuff we got in storage. 3.3 potatoes, no honey left. We got another 2.4 potatoes there at the trading post. And another 25.8 over there. My goodness. Why actually do we have... Oh, that's right. Potatoes from our previous trades. Good. That ran out just in time for us to have 25 potatoes. That was awesome. That's really good. And looks like all the sunflowers are here and ready to go. We just need somebody to come on over. Alright, spring is sprung, so let's go ahead and hire people back at the fishing docks. See if we can get full crews working on those. Get that food replenished, boys. And then back over here, just take a quick peek and see how we're doing at the logs. And oh yeah, lots of firewood. Most of it being used for charcoal. Okay, and the thatchery I've shut down for now. Probably should put maybe one person to work there. And everybody to work at the trading post, because we need all that stuff offloaded. Then I can shrink the labor force. And everyone else is working on the farm. Good. So everybody should have a job for now. Let's see. No housing available. That's stopping more people from coming in. Of course, we're building homes as quickly as we can. More supplies being delivered. Looks like we might need some more... probably clay there. We should build another clay pit over here somewhere. But you can never destroy them when they're done. So once construction is complete, there'd be no reason to keep it there. Ah, finally, the carts have wheeled themselves into town. And there we go. We're offloading all the sunflower onto the wagons of the other town, Marefa. I think it is. There we go. Money's coming right back in. So if we do that 2 more times, we're done. We're out of debt. Oh, look at all the wagons coming in. Yes, yes, bring it in, boys. Bring it in. I need to get another person to offload. Anybody want to take the job? Potato people seem to not be cutting it. There we go. Come on, I need somebody working at the trading post. Wages 110%. We're paying a little more. There we go. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Get that thing offloaded. Dump it onto him. Look at that. You can see him go back and forth, too, with all the little crates. Very good. Oh, money is just pouring in now. Very good. Very, very good. All right, so in the next few episodes, we should be out of debt, and we'll continue building another farm to feed our people, and then also in order to feed our economy. Fish is coming in. Got lots of stuff in storage. We need probably more. More. But we've got plenty of potatoes, at least, to keep everyone alive. Potato, buckwheat, and fish. That'll be the 3 things to keep the variety down. And then people are getting money as we've got more jobs available. That's really good. And I think we're almost done with the wagons. Oh, look at that. They've got 17 to offload onto that thing. Load those wagons up. Get it done, boys. Charcoal is cooking away. She has 16 out of 50 there. The metal parts, she's got 35 in storage. Excellent work. Let's go ahead and make that like 250 because, you know, to be honest, once you reach a certain point, you can't really use enough metal parts unless you make more carts. So there'll be a point where we surpass that, and then we can sell it. I want to see how much money we can get from this before we're done. What will be our grand total? If we're around like 200, we are good. Like if we're just under, if we're at like 299.99, then I could foresee us really climbing out sooner than I thought. This is going to be awesome. In our previous playthrough, we were in debt for quite a few episodes, but in this one, I think we've already made the right decision in making those sunflower seeds early. I was more concerned for feeding folks in the Raptoria series, but here in New Raptoria, we've learned some new lessons and are definitely making some good cash. We'll probably continue to get debt, actually, as some of our people are still being paid. Ooh, I forgot about all the wages and, you know, those inconveniences, you know, wages and feeding people, you know, those pain. All right, we're down to 270. That is way better than I thought. All right, so we'll probably bop up to 300, but after the next harvest, this is going to be good. What do we got going on for crops next year? Oh, yep, 2 fields of sunflower again. Beautiful. Excellent. And then we'll need to get another farm built, so that way we can get require some more workers here. And that'll allow us to get more storage. So basically what will happen is the more people in town, they can all come to work at the multiple farms, and then we can get them to sow more fields earlier. You know, and then that way they can grow them, and then again we'll get plows soon. No crashes. I think we've done good. Okay. All right, the next few things to build then is the farm. I'm going to have to move that up on the list. Let's find out where that is. Oil workshops, well, farm. Okay, let's go ahead and move that up a little bit. And then also one of our oil workshops up a little bit too, so we can make some money from trading that. Geez, those things are just tiny. There we go. So it should be farmhouse, or rather village house, farmhouse, and then workshop. Very cool. It'd be kind of nice if the people could live at the farm, so that way they didn't have to walk all the way to work. It's a long way to go. A long way to go. And our city has a long way to go, too, so thank you for joining me and cheering me on. Our city is looking really good. We're doing a lot of good things this time. A lot less problems than previously. Of course, we've always got our problems. The world always has problems. But we're going to remedy those and make do on all of our promises. Make good on all the things that we plan to do here in New Raptoria. Thanks again for showing your support, blowing up that like button, and subscribing. I'll see you all next time. You have yourselves a fantastic morning, good afternoon, good night, and I'll see you next time for more Ostriv. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.